Hi gang, Rob here. It is the evening of 31 March 2022. Thursday night at 9 o'clock. That means it's time for a knife sale on the Apostle P channel, and a knife sale we shall have. Before we get into the meat of it, a little bit of housekeeping as usual. First of all, I need you to be familiar with and agreeable to the terms of the sale. I'm going to post them for you in the description, and I'm going to put them up on the screen for you in just a moment. Also in the description of the video, you're going to find 3 links to previous videos on this channel at the very top of the description. The first link is to my Primer for Buyers video. That's a 38-minute expanded explanation of the terms of the sale. So if you're new, give that a watch. The second link is to my FAQs for Consignors video. If you are interested in using this weekly sales event to move along some of your collection, that video explains how it all works from the consignor's perspective. The third link, as always, is to my rates and services video for the Apostle P Knife Service, the original precision sharpening service for the online knife community. So in the description, lots of important stuff. First, those 3 links. Then the terms of the sale. Then at the very bottom, the list of tonight's inventory, complete with timestamps and pricing. In the pricing column, the number to the left of the slash is the price of the knife as shown. The number to the right is as sharpened by the Apostle P Knife Service. If you see the word sold in lieu of pricing for a given knife, that means it is sold, bought, paid for, has a new owner. No need to send me an email. I think that's it for the housekeeping. Oh, by the way, no next day sharpening again this week. Backlog still high, and I'm a little behind. So expect your sharpened knife to ship about 3 weeks, maybe 4, after the sale. With that, I'm going to get the terms up on the screen for you, and then we'll be right back with the sale. Here are the terms. All right, let's get to it, shall we? First up, we are down to 4 leftovers from last week. The first from Blade Fox, which I believe is currently what we know as Fox Knives from Maniago, Italy. The model is the Blade Fox FB738 Ti folder. Comes in a very nice reinforced nylon sheath. Not that you need a sheath. Here's the knife. It is a pretty cool affair. Milled black G10 scales. Stainless steel liner lock. Looks like there's an integral seatbelt cutter and a glass breaker. There is the knife blade. Beautiful gray titanium nitride coating. Well, I'm sorry, it's Black Fox, isn't it? Not Blade Fox. 440C stainless steel. 3 1/8 inches of blade, 4 1/2 inches of handle. There is your liner lock engagement. It's rock solid. Action is smooth as silk. That's on phosphor bronze. Felt smooth as Teflon. Perfect centering. Condition's going to be near mint in box. These are out of stock. When they were available, they were $67, web price new. We ran it last week at $45, no takers. Tried it on Saturday for $35. It's still here. Let's do $29, guys, and that is shipped priority mail. You're buying the knife for $20 plus priority postage. And $49 if you'd like my edge on it. That's the Black Fox FB 738 Ti folder. Next up, how did you guys leave this one here? Honestly, how did you do it? Look at that thing of beauty. This is a case knife from the early 70s. It's going to ship in a queen box. It's getting a packaging upgrade. This is from the collection of How About the Truth. Here's the card. 1973 case large Stockman 7-dot. CV carbon steel. 4 1/4 inches closed length. Mint. The shield is pinned at both ends. He says, I grew up on case knives. This was the first knife I ever bought when I decided to start collecting knives in 2010. About 6 months before I discovered GEC. The pattern number is 6375. I don't care what anyone says. During this period, case had some of the most beautiful jigged bone. All 3 blades are hollow ground. I just searched eBay. The closest knife I could find was a mint 1974, a year newer than mine, in mint condition also, for $256. I can do better. Nickel silver liners, not brass. Knife is just as clean and shiny inside the blade well also. It came with no box, so I used a nice queen box, better than no box. So we ran it last week at $165. Got no takers. I think we dropped it down to like $145 for Saturday. Let's see what we got. A refresher. Look at that beautiful brown jig bone. Nickel silver bolsters, nickel silver liners. Main clip point blade, polished carbon steel. On a cam tang. Pull weight, about 7. Then you have a secondary sheep's foot and a tertiary spay blade. As Steve said, all 3 blades are hollow ground, full height. Should we look inside that blade well that he was bragging about? Let's do. Look at that. He's not kidding. Guys, that is a nearly 50-year-old knife. There's your 7-dot tang stamp. So it is definitely near mint, wrong box. Your price this week, $125 like it is, $165 or $160 with my edge on all 3 blades. That is the case, 6375 large Stockman, 1973 7-dot. Next up, guys, you left me hanging on Steve's Pride and Joy. This is the 62 Courthouse Whittler model 620311. Northfield trim with coconut palm wood. Unserialized, only 17 pieces made that way. 25 were made with serial numbers. The knife is perfect. It is mint. Many of you recall seeing my serialized version in our TKA video about this amazing Whittler. The only reason I'm selling this one is because I have the serialized version plus 4 others in various handles. This is the only year that this Whittler was made as a true split back. You guys will recall the pocket carver made what in 2020, and that was a catch bit Whittler. See my TKA videos if you want to know the difference. Dual handle notches to access the secondary blades. Like most folks, my favorite Whittler is the Grinling. However, this 62 is the most practical and usable of all the GEC Whittlers. Whoops. A guy on YouTube teaches wood carving using knives. He did a video about the 62 pocket carver and stated it's the best knife he ever used. This knife has no blade rub. Total precision. Only one other pattern had coconut palm. It was a 56 with only 7 pieces made. This is your big chance, guys. You won't find this rare bird anywhere else. Remember, only 17 pieces unserialized. So $475 was Steve's price. We ran it at that last week. It didn't sell. Here it is again. Look at that beautiful cloud shield. Triple lined, pinched. Bolsters, big long ones in that palm wood. Oh my. Oh my. Oh. Main Warncliffe, etched and satin. About a 7 pull. Secondaries are on half stops. You have a pen and a coping blade. Closed length is 3 13/16. Model number is 620311W. Let's look at the main blade going down the middle, and it's very close to perfect. Guys, that is a gorgeous knife. And there is your nickel silver split back wedge. So this week, not $475, not $425 like it was on Saturday. Steve will sacrifice this to a new loving steward for $360, and then $395 with my edge on all three blades. That's a GEC Northfield number 62 Courthouse Whittler. Next up, oh, it's a long reach, my friends. The far corner of the universe. There it is. With that button and that tube. This is going to be the number 981316 American Whittler from Steve's collection. How about the truth? The American Whittler with Snakewood. SFO for Roy Humenick of American Whittler. One of 54 pieces, comes with hat pin. These 98s and a couple boys' knives that I bought in 2016 were the last Titusville Ironworks knives I ever bought from GEC. At the same time, I bought a new product made for lubricating and preserving firearms. Blah, blah, blah. He ended up with some patina. Let's skip that. Okay. It's all about lubricant because there's a couple spots on the blade. So, the American Whittler, the 98 American Whittler in Snakewood. 4 13/16 of closed, huge cigar pattern. There's your Snakewood. Ain't it pretty? There's your American Whittler shield. Your main clip blade is about an 8-pole on a cam tang. Your American Whittler etch. I'm having a hard time picking that up. Now, I did re-satin to get rid of this hunk of patina up here. There's your, it says one of 50. There are actually 54 made. There's another old spot of patina up there. Secondaries are on half stops. There's the pen blade. I don't think there's any patina on those. No. And that's your sheep's foot. Centering is beautiful. It's beautiful. I mean, beautiful. Look how far that blade extends through the tangs of the secondaries. And I love how they did the wedge center spacer in brass so you can see the taper. A great piece of work from GEC. We ran this at $425 last week, and they're unobtainium, guys. Dropped it to $375 for the weekend. It's still here. Your price this week is going to be $300, like it is $340 for me to sharpen all three blades. That's the GEC Northfield number 98 American Whittler in Snakewood. All right, guys, it's on to the fresh stuff. Next up, we have one from Kizer, and it is the Kizer V3594C2 Rapids. The Rapids from Kizer. A pretty svelte, slim, carryable knife with a big long blade. You got 4 9/16 inches of closed length. You have a 3.5 inch blade and 154 cm, black coated. Does not appear to be DLC, especially not for this price. 3.5 inches of blade. It is a stainless steel liner lock. Black end liners. There's your lock engagement. It is rock solid. Super smooth ball bearing action with thumb studs. Blade centering is close. The handle is milled black G10 with brown linen micarta inlays. Then you got a deep carry ambidextrous tip-up pocket clip. It's just a very cool blade. That blade shape looks kind of benchmatey, doesn't it? Almost like an Anthem blade. Very nice knife. Conditions like new in the box. These are in stock new at web retailers for $59. This one can be yours, $40, like it is, and $60 with an ApostleP Edge, and that is shipped priority mail. The Kizer V3594C2 Rapids. Next up, nothing from Kizer. This one is the Kizer V3567E1 Latt Vind. The Latt Vind. And this is a special one because what the hell? This was, oh shoot, I forgot who this was. A dealer exclusive for somebody, and I cannot remember who. It might have been Knife Joy. I don't know. But look at this, guys. Red, crimson red, blood red, hard anodized aluminum scales, blue pivot, gold anodized hardware and backspacer, polished deep carry clip, going to be tip up right hand only. It is a front flipper, beautiful spear point. It is N690 blade steel, 2 15/16 inches of blade, 3 7/8 inches of handle. There's your stainless steel liner lock engagement, and the liner is actually sort of anodized gold. Beautiful engagement, rock solid lockup. It is a ball bearing front flipper. Everything works as it should, except my thumb. Hey, look at that. Very nice, rock solid and beautiful blade centering. Condition like new in box. These are out of stock. They were $89 when they were brand new. They call this the Iron Man edition of the Latt Vind. Your price on this one, $70, shipped priority mail, $90 with an ApostleP Edge. The Kizer V3567E1 Latt Vind. Next up, this knife's almost free, guys. From Petrified Fish, we have a beluga. It's a dead fish, but it's petrified, so it does not smell. Here we go. Shoot, I forgot to measure the blade. Anyway, you got some sort of natural canvas looking micarta with a similar material backspacer and then a hidden lanyard post. Got a deep carry clip that's going to be left or right hand tip up. Oh, it's a front flipper as well. Son of a gun. Ooh, look at that black blade. It's kind of a tumbled DLC-like coating. Steel is K110. Looks like about 3 5/8 inches long. Stainless steel liner lock. There's your engagement, nice and early, but rock solid. It is a ball bearing pivot. Blade centering looks to be close. Condition like new in the box. These are out of stock everywhere that I looked. They were $49 when they were in stock. This one can be yours for $25 shipped priority mail. $45 sharpened. The Petrified Fish Beluga. Next up, a knife I've never seen before from the Asher Knife Company. The model is the Asher Spiro Flipper. Pretty smart looking affair. We have some nice crowned OD green G10 handle scales. We have a deep carry tip-up pocket clip that's reversible right or left with a fill tab for the side you're not using. We have a stubby flipper, which doesn't get in the way too much. We have 3 1/8 inches of, looks like bead blasted and lightly tumbled S35VN in a spear point configuration. 4 1/4 inches of handle. Blackened stainless steel liner lock. There's your engagement. Rock solid lockup. It is a ball bearing pivot. There is your perfect blade centering. The flipping action rocks. This is like new in the box. These were available online for $75, but now they're gone. Out of stock at $75 web price. This one, like new in the box, yours for $45 shipped, priority mail, $65 with my edge on it. That is the Asher Knives Spiro flipper. Next up, oh man, last year at the Rendezvous, I almost bought one of these from Logan, but I didn't pull the trigger. This is from Demko Knives. So this is a Taiwan-produced production knife from Demko. It is the AD 20.5. I just want to show you the innards because he's got some cool stuff. You get a Velcro pouch with a shark lock patch. You get a Demko cloth. It's just a nice pouch. And a nice knife. If I can get to it here. Okay, here we go. We have some very nicely textured gray FRN with AD 20.5 and that raised flat, which is where the pocket clip rests. Now this knife is wearing a KC Lynch titanium deep carry clip. Both of the factory clips are in the box. So the left and the right hand clip. This is going to be right hand titanium, okay? So you have a beautiful clip point blade with a Skagel type slot. Beautiful stonewash, AUS 10A steel, made in Taiwan. High saber grind, not super thin behind the edge, but not bad. You have the shark lock, which is an interesting kind of lockback mechanism. Provides a little thumb ramp, and you just sort of pull back on it and swing it closed on the ball bearing pivot. Or you can come forward on it and use the jimping on the top of the blade. Let's see, 3 3/16 is your blade length. 4 7/16 inches of handle. And you do have the deep carry Lynch titanium or right or left hand factory clip, which is going to bury to about there in your pocket. Okay. Lockup is rock solid. It's a Demko. Action is super sweet. Centering is very close to perfect. Condition is like new in the box. These are $150 online at your favorite retailer, brand new. You can buy this one with the Lynch clip, all in, shipped, priority mail, $115, $115. Then $135 if you'd like it with my edge on it. That's the Demko AD 20.5. Next up, I teased you about a couple very cool dealer exclusive Spydercos. Here's the first one. Comes in that beautiful box. It is the Para 3 white, plain black. What does that mean? Well, first of all, it's a Para 3 FRN in white, gleaming white FRN, all black hardware, and a DLC coated blade in a CPM Rex 45. Got fingerprints on the DLC. Nice free drop in action. Rock solid lockup. Hard to see, but the blade centering is off to the right. Blade's not rubbing, but it is off for sure. We're going to call it like new in box. This was a Grand Prairie Knives, a GPK exclusive. They're out of stock, of course. Sold listings on eBay ranging between $165 and $220. This one can be yours Like new in box with a bit of an off-center blade. 125 like it is. 150 with an Apostle P edge. That's the Spyderco Pair 3 FRN White Rex 45. Next up, another Spidey. It's another Pair 3. This one says GRBK. So this is a G10 Pair 3 in Toxic Green G10. This is a dealer exclusive for Knife Joy. Black hardware, black clip, DLC blade, and the blade steel is CPM 20 CV. Rock solid lockup. Now I think this action is just not quite super free, but it's really nice. Rock solid lockup, and centering is down the middle. Condition on this one also going to be like near mint in box. I wrote slight coating rubs because it has cut something, and there is a tiniest chip right on the tip. A micro chip on the tip of the edge. Hard to see, but it's there. Okay. Let's see. This Knife Joy exclusive is out of stock. They were $169 brand new. Sold listings on eBay running between $220 and $250. This one can be yours. $150 like it is. $175 with my edge, which of course will fix the tip. And not installed but included is a DLC coated MXG clip. That knife is pretty sweet. $150 like it is. $175 with my edge. Wow. That's a buy, guys. That's in your inventory as Spyderco Pair 3 Green 20 CV. Next up, I promised you some rare and wonderful ZTs, and here's the first one. It's a real beast. It is the ZT0470 Sinkovich. Stonewashed. This one with the custom bronze ano from Blades We Love. Doesn't that bronze ano play well with that black shred carbon fiber? Blue titanium screws. That is luscious. And my favorite Sinkovich design by far. Beautiful low profile flipper tab. Gorgeous swedge drop point blade in 20 CV. That is 3 3/8 inches of blade, 4 3/8 inches of handle. It's a steel inserted titanium frame lock with engagement right there. Of course, it's a ball bearing flipper. Centering is going to be, I think it's a little off to the lock side. You tell me. I don't know. Condition on this one is going to be like new in the box. Now, MAP pricing, minimum advertised pricing for the 470 in the plain natural titanium is $280, and they are in stock for that at your favorite web retailer. This has got the Blades We Love ano job on it, and it's like new in the box. Your price, $230, $255 with my edge on it. That's the ZT0470 BWL Ano. Next up, it is another ZT. We're going bold, and this is a ZT0562 Ti Hinderer. So this is going to be an all titanium 562 with a Blades We Love anodization job. Look at that. It's kind of an aquamarine with a blackish purplish pattern in it. Man, is that gorgeous. You've got the Hinderer design slicer grind, 20 CV blade, 3 9/16 inches in length, 4 3/4 inches of all titanium handle, steel inserted titanium frame lock, locking up thusly, rock solid, ball bearing pivot, perfect centering, Fingers on lock bar, and it flips. So no death lock on this one. Condition's going to be like new in the box. The anodized versions at Blades We Love are out of stock. But if you buy the knife plain, just in the the raw titanium from any retailer, $300 is MAP pricing. Now, I found 3 knives with Blades We Love Ano jobs on them on eBay sold listings between $300 and $325. This one can be yours like new in the box for $275 like it is, $300 with my edge on it. That is in your inventory as the ZT0562 Ti BWL Ano. And next up, we are once again going bold with a ZT knife. This is the ZT0393 GLCF Hinderer KVT. So this was the second version sort of the ZT Hinderer Eclipse, right? The 392 is a more expensive knife, and they came out with the 393. This knife with those sort of tailored scales over the titanium frame lock. I think this is a cooler knife than the 392 myself. So what's the big deal here? The 393 GLCF. Well, I'll tell you why. Because that carbon fiber glows in the dark. It glows in the dark. And I will get you a lume shot of the carbon fiber that we'll just throw in here right now. So, we've got tip-up reversible clip with fill tab. We got a titanium handle that is 4 11/16 inches in length. We have a stonewash blade of CPM 20 CV, a beautiful sort of harpoon clip in kind of an acid stonewash. Very nicely done. 3 9/16 inches in length. Of course, titanium frame lock with steel insert, ball bearing flipper. Fingers can't be on the lock bar really because the carbon fiber kind of protects it. So death lock not an issue on this knife. Flips beautifully. There's your lock engagement. It's rock solid. And the centering is going to be dead down the middle. Condition on this knife is, turning the page, like new in the box. The glow-in-the-dark 393s are out of stock everywhere. But they have sold on eBay for the mid-200s. Okay? Are we asking for this one? Yeah. Like new in the box, and a perfect example, 240 like it is, 265 for me to sharpen that 20 CV blade. That is the ZT 0393 GLCF. Next up, from Boos Blades. I love this. Your knife inside. Pretty cool. Here's the knife we are looking at. The Boos Blades Mini Smoke. What looks like sort of a tumbled DLC titanium handle. Little blue ano on the hardware. Gorgeous milled titanium clip. Steel inserted titanium frame lock. Front flipper. Beautiful blade. The blade length is 3 1/16. The steel is 20 CV. Handle 3 7/8, so super efficient blade to handle ratio. There is your steel inserted frame lock engagement. It's rock solid. Blade centering is going to be down the middle. I wish I could flip front flippers. Boy, there's not much room for the detent ball to let the blade drop free, there is an over travel stop in the frame lock. Beautiful little knife. Condition's going to be like new in the box. They are out of stock. 2 sold on eBay recently for $200. This one, $195, shipped priority mail. $220 with an ApostleP edge on it. That is the Booz Blades Mini Smoke. Next up, we have a couple very special knives from We Knife Company Limited. Look at the pearl white box and the gold printing. That designates something special. This knife is the 915B Sugga. Sugga. S-U-G-G-A. Here is the certificate of authenticity, telling us it's number 38 of 155, among other things. Here's the knife. Look at this. Interesting construction. Is it a titanium frame lock or is it a carbon fiber frame with titanium components? That's what I'm calling it. So a big beefy gear pattern titanium back spacer with 2 slabs of titanium screwed on. The one on the offside is the lock bar, which is steel inserted. Got a milled titanium clip with ceramic retention. Very beautiful. Handle length is 4 7/8. Out of that frame flies that blade. This is designed by Mikhail Williamson. The blade steel is S35VN. It is 3.5 inches in length. Backed up with that 4 7/8 handle. It is a ball bearing flipper. There's your lock engagement. Action is silky smooth and free. Centering is going to be down the middle. Condition is like new in box. And as I said, number 38 of 155. These are out of stock. When they were available, they were $253 web price. This one can be yours. Shipped priority mail, $225 like it is. $245 with an ApostleP edge. That is the We 915B Sugga. Next up, interesting that more pieces of this next knife were made than the one we just looked at, but this is classified as a limited edition. Comes in that same pearl white box with gold writing. Inside the box is the Fornix number 2016B. Here is your limited edition certificate of authenticity, number 74 of 410. Here is the knife. It's the Fornix. Appears to be a DLC coated and then tumbled titanium frame. Got a deep carry pocket clip that's going to be reversible to the left or the right. Steel inserted titanium frame lock with about a 4 o'clock engagement. It is a low profile flipper. Flips very nicely. DLC coated blade in 20 CV, 3 7/16 inches in length. A little harpoon spear point. Handle is 4 13/16. There's the lock engagement on the steel inserted titanium frame lock. Lockup's rock solid. Action is free. Centering is dead. Yep, it's dead. Condition's going to be like new in the box. And as I said, number 74 of 410. These are out of stock. When they were available, they were $200 at your favorite online retailer. This one can be yours. $160 like it is. $185 with an ApostleP edge. The We 2016B Fornix limited edition. Next up, we got a little combo pack from Civivi. This is going to be in your inventory as the Civivi Praxis / Baklash combo. Both knives are going to come in Civivi pouches only, no boxes. This is the Praxis Damascus. And although the knife is in like new condition, there's been a little drying in the G10. Rub a little oil on that, it'd be black as coal. So this is the Damascus Praxis, G10 scaled, stainless steel liner lock, deep carry clip, ambidextrous, lanyard loop in the backspacer, Damascus steel blade, 3 11/16, big knife, 4 11/16 inches of handle. Stainless steel liner lock is blackened. There's your engagement. It's rock solid. It is a ball bearing pivot with a nice flipper, nice forward choil, little swale for your thumb. There's your lock engagement. It's rock solid. Ball bearing action is beautiful. Centering is beautiful. Condition is near mint in box. I just said near mint because of the sort of graying of the G10. Remember, these are $75 web price, brand new. And the next knife is the Baklash, also in black G10, also with an ambidextrous deep carry clip. This has a beautiful harpoon. What would you call that? A harpoon clip? In 9CR18 MOV steel, hollow ground, beautiful satin, super thin grind. 3 7/16 blade, 4 5/8 handle, blue anodized stainless steel liners. There's your lock engagement, rock solid. It is a ball bearing flipper, flips beautifully, and it centers up perfectly. Condition on this one is like new in the box. These are $42 brand new. These are $75. What's that, 117 total? Is that right? You can buy them both shipped priority mail for $80 plus 20 each to sharpen. That is the Civivi Praxis Baklash combo. Okay. Next up, we have more Civivi combination stuff. There's a Hooligan, and there is an Incite. So this will be in your inventory as the Civivi Hooligan Incite combo. First, the Hooligan, 3 15/16 inches of handle in snakeskin micarta, ambidextrous deep carry polished clip. We have thumb studs and phosphor bronze washers. And it opens with authority. Doesn't quite free drop. Centering's perfect. Blade steel on the 2 15/16 inch blade is D2. Stainless steel liner lock, there's your engagement. It's rock solid. And it centers up perfectly. These are $54 web price, brand new. And then next we have with it the Incite with a shred carbon fiber handle, polished with little bits of copper, I think. Isn't that something? This is going to have, a right hand only deep carry tip up clip. It is a flipper. I think it's on bearings. Yes, it is. We got a Damascus blade to go with that beautiful handle. Blade length is 3 11/16. Handle is 4 3/4. It is a stainless steel liner lock. There's your engagement. It locks up rock solid. Action is silky, bearing smooth. Centering is perfect. Condition! You know, I got centering close. It does favor the lock side slightly. Condition is like new in the box. These are out of stock. When they were in stock new, they were $100 web price. So $100 for this new, $54 for that new. I think that's $154. You can buy them both for $100, shipped priority mail, plus 20 each to sharpen. That is the Civivi Hooligan Incite combo. Next up, oh, did I tease you about this yesterday? A man from the north, made by a company in Canada. Bet you figured it out. It's a Grimsmo. And I just love to look inside the Grimsmo case, right? I got a tool. I got nano oil. I should have stolen that out of there before it's out, because I'm almost out. Oh. Inside that box, we got this. It's the Norseman in the finely checkered, blue anodized and tumbled titanium handle. That beautiful Grimsmo pivot. Bright standoffs. Tumble blue anodized titanium clip. Titanium frame lock with an over travel stop, or a blade stabilizer, lock bar stabilizer. Whoops. There's your flip in action. Got to get off the lock bar on this one. There we go. There we go. You got your hollow milled blade. You can see the mill ridges if I get the light to catch them right. Sort of a Tonto thing. That is the famous Norseman profile. Blade steel on this one is CPM 154. Beautiful stonewash, virginal factory edge. There's your lock engagement. It's rock solid. Super smooth ball bearing action. Perfect blade centering. Condition on this knife, absolutely like new, in box. Serial number 4471. Your price, $795 like it is. $830 with an Apostle P edge on that blade. Because I try to do a faithful sharpening on the Norseman, and it's kind of a pain. So I charge for it. That's the Grimsmo Norseman. Next up, man, we don't see these enough. Because of the drop Ferrum Forge knives, these custom Ferrum Forge knives are so rare. It is the N-TAC, made in 2015. A real custom Ferrum Forge knife. Here it is. And this is a special N-TAC. Not only does it have the diamond milled titanium handle, it's also got a beautiful sort of blue-green ano that's tumbled. And then in the faux bolster area, we've got some, looks like freehand milled texturing. And then it's kind of darkened. I don't know if that's DLC coated or what, but man, is it gorgeous. You've got a stainless steel inserted titanium frame lock with the Hoback rolling detent. Titanium spring clip. Ball bearing flipper. Blade on the N-TAC is N690 with a beautiful, I don't know how they did this. It's like a glass bead finish, but it's reflective. It's almost like orange peel. It is beautiful to look at. 2 15/16 inches of N690, backed up by a 3 3/4 handle, so very efficient blade to handle ratio. There's your lock engagement, and it is rock solid. There's your blade centering. It's perfect. Flipping action is perfect. Condition on this 2015 custom Ferrum Forge knife is like new in pouch. Your price, $575 like it is, $595 with an Apostle P edge. It's the Ferrum Forge N-TAC Custom. Next up, we got us a Spyderco from Seki City. This is a delicate Emerson opener, but not only does it have the Emerson wave with that sort of dark teal FRN, this has had installed an aluminum backspacer / ringtail attachment. The original backspacer is in the box if you want to convert it back to stock. So yeah, get your delicate ringtail. I don't know how you'd... I'm not a ringtail guy, but maybe you are. VG10 blade, saber ground. This has got a nice polished convex on it. Looks like a good job on a work sharp, I would guess. Blade lockup is rock solid. Action is nice and smooth. Blade centering on the Wave Delica looks to be down the middle. We'll call the condition near mint in the box. Map price on this knife for just the knife, brand new, is 99 bucks. I don't know, probably what, 30 or 40 for that ringtail. Oh, the guy did a nice hand satin on probably what used to be a black clip. Looks beautiful. Nicely done. Looks like one of mine, actually. So we'll call it near mint in box. How about 75 bucks for this one, guys? 75 shipped, priority mail. 95 with my edge. That's in your inventory as Spyderco Delica Wave Ringtail. Next up, we got one from Cold Steel. This is the SR1 Light. Must be a Chinese-made Cold Steel. The reason I say that... Oh, it's Taiwan, but it has 8CR13 MOV. Bidirectional satin. Beautiful big clip point blade, 4 inches in length. 5 3 inches of decidedly Demko handle. I'll tell you what, the stippling in that FRN, phenomenal. The light catches it like sandpaper, and it feels great. Triad lock. There's actually a little play in this one. How can that be? Must have a little bit rough spot on the lock bar because it's slightly proud. I'm sure it will wear in. Centering on the SR1 Light looks to be close. Now see there, it locked up with no play, so it just needs to be opened and closed. So condition's going to be like new, no box. Web pricing on these brand new, 59 bucks at your favorite retailer. This one can be yours, $40 shipped, priority mail. No postage, no sales tax, 60 with my edge on it. No box, guys, on the Cold Steel SR1 Light. Next up, we have a ProTech without a box, just a green felt pouch. I teased you about this knife yesterday. Oh. You guys have until 9/11 to buy this knife tonight. From ProTech, it's a TR3 LH, left-handed, lefty! Look at that, it fits in my left hand. Holy cow. We got a DLC blade, 154 cm, 3 5/16 inches in length, just a nice old drop point. Button lock automatic, milled aluminum handle with hard anodizing. Looks like a DLC clip with a little hickey right there. We'll call this one near mint, no box. Lockup is rock solid. Snappy action. And centering is. It's pretty doggone close to perfect. It might favor the right side as you're looking at it just a little bit. These are 170 brand new. Or they were. This was actually a 2019 Blade Show edition. Your price until 9/11 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. $125, like it is, $145 with an Apostle P edge. Next up, that brings us to the Rob's Pick for tonight's sale. It is another one from ProTech in the new style box. It's the TR3 X1 operator with fish scale handle. You tell me that's not stunning. Hard anodized black aircraft grade aluminum handle. I love how they did the fish scales even on the clip side, but left a flat for the clip. We have a sterile knife. No branding anywhere on it, but we do have a tritium tube in the button. There is your blade. Oh. Beautiful swedge drop point in 154 cm, 3 3/8 inches of blade, 4 5/8 inches of handle. The button lock is rock solid. The action is perfectly ProTac. Blade centering is perfect, or as close as I can see. Like new in the box. These knives brand new, $250. This one can be yours, $210, like it is $230 with an Apostle P edge. The ProTac TR3X1 operator, the Rob's pick for tonight's sale. Early birds will not see it. Next up, our third and final ProTac tonight in the new style box. This, the TR4F3 operator with the feather milled pattern handle. Oh. This, my friends, is not a tiny knife. Hard anodized black aluminum feather milled handle, button lock auto with safety, tritium tube in the button, sterile blade, DLC coated, CPM D2. And guys, CPM D2 is a rarely seen steel. Crucible should have named it something else like CTS XHP, which is basically Carpenter CPM D2, right? The DLC has a little oil bleed coming from the pivot, but there's nothing wrong with it. It doesn't have a mark in it. That's why you have sort of flat out here and shiny here, because DLC is porous and oil soaks into it. Beautiful clip. Got a flat in the feather pattern for the clip. The button lock engagement and lockup are rock solid. Beautiful ProTac action. And the centering is perfect. Condition like new in the box. Price of this knife brand new on the web is $360. This one can be yours for $320. I'm not sure if they're in stock new. $345 with my edge on it. That's the ProTac TR4 F3 operator. That brings us to the last knife in tonight's sale. This one is a Boker Plus. The knife inside the box is this little beauty. The Boker Plus Cub Pro, which comes in a very nicely made black leather sheath. And then inside we got this. Designed by Lucas Burnley. Blade steel is D2. The blade length is 3 3/4. That handle is natural canvas. That's just a little sheath scuffing. If you oil that up or just handle it, it will turn back to its original color. Copper hardware, which is beautiful. Nice little thumb ramp. The handle length is 4 11/16. The blade 3 3/4. Looks like a little more than 1/8 inch stock. Boy, that's just pointy. Very pointy. And I think that's 5/32 stock. Nice red lanyard to complement the barely visible red liners on the handle. Condition is like new in the box. These knives brand new are $110 at your favorite retailer. This one can be yours for $70 like it is, $90 with an Apostle P edge. And that, my friends, brings us to the end of another knife sale on a Thursday night on the Apostle P channel. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed it. I sure did. Grace to you and peace, my friends, from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. Remember, the word is sharp. Have at her, boys.